Right, let's move on and talk about Twitter now. It hasn't even been a week since Elon Musk bought the platform. The billionaire is already gearing up to make sweeping changes. The world remains glued to Musk's Twitter account right now. With every tweet, Musk is fueling a conversation. Even a minor change to his profile is now the subject of headlines. Let me explain. Since buying Twitter, Musk has changed his profile picture. It now features that famous sink that Musk took to the Twitter headquarters. There's a new bio. Musk now likes to call himself the chief twit. And of course, we have Musk's favorite weapon of choice, his tweets. They are now at the center of this story. In the last 24 hours, Musk has asked his followers if he should bring back WION. That's the old short video service that Twitter closed down a while back. He responded to a poll about himself. That's right. The poll question was, do you have a favorable or unfavorable opinion of Elon Musk? He sucks, was Musk's reply. And finally, he tried to discredit a news report about a controversial tweet that he deleted. Musk had shared an unfounded theory about the attack on Paul Pelosi, the husband of US House Speaker Nancy Pelosi. Musk has been active behind the scenes too. He has already made a series of decisions, moves that had a distinct stamp of authority. Less than 24 hours after buying Twitter, Musk changed the website's page, the homepage. Now, usually, Twitter would take weeks to push out these changes. Employees of Twitter had a habit of debating such changes. Not anymore. Musk wasted no time in declaring that there is a new sheriff in town. Apparently, the chief twit has given the Twitter engineers another task. Some reports have emerged. They claim that Musk wants users to now pay for that blue tick on the platform. Yes, I'm talking about the verified status. A status symbol of sorts if you are active on the platform. So far, Twitter has been quite selective in giving away those blue ticks. The platform has 240 million users. And by 2021, just about 400,000 users on Twitter were verified. So how were these verification badges given out? Twitter has complete control over this. Twitter was the sole arbiter in the matter. Now, according to the Twitter website, an account is worthy of a blue tick if it was of public interest, if it was authentic, notable, and of course active on the platform. Those are some very broad terms, and experts have quite often slammed Twitter for the lack of transparency around the process. Well, if the latest reports are to be believed, Musk could turn this entire process on its head. Here is what they said. Musk has directed Twitter's employees to change Twitter Blue. It is a subscription service that the platform recently rolled out. What are the changes being discussed? Change number one is price. Right now it is around $5. There is a proposal to raise this to $20. And Twitter could get tough with those who are verified. Those profiles with that blue tick mark might be forced to buy a subscription to retain it. They'll have 90 days to pay up, else they would lose that blue tick, lose that verification status. There is something else. Twitter employees have been given a deadline. Reports say they must launch the new features by the 7th of November. What will happen if they don't meet the deadline? Well, they could lose their jobs. Musk hasn't explicitly confirmed or denied these reports, but he's dropping some hints. Earlier today, he tweeted this. The whole verification process is being revamped right now, he says. There is a poll on Twitter. It asks users how much would they like to pay for these new features. Musk himself has left a comment. He called the poll interesting. There is more that is cooking behind the scenes. Last week, Musk removed several top executives of Twitter after taking charge. This included CEO Parag Agrawal. It seems Musk might not now pay them their severance. He is said to have terminated at least 4 executives for cause, meaning there was a reason behind their firing. Apparently, Musk wants to use this and avoid paying tens of millions of dollars to these executives. There could be more who could lose their jobs. Fresh reports claim that 25% of the company's workforce could be laid off. So where is all this going? What does Elon Musk want? What's his end game? I earlier spoke to tech journalist Adrian Mars from London about all this. I also asked him about Musk's big changes at Twitter, including the controversial paid blue tick feature. Here's what he said.
Well, nobody knows is the answer. I think it comes down to two things, though. He's declared himself a free speech absolutist. He wants to relax the moderation rules on Twitter, which is going to cause him a lot of problems. And he wants to make money. He's overpaid. Last quarter, it actually posted a loss. So it lost 270 million US dollars in second quarter this year's results, down from a 66 million profit with the same quarter last year. So he needs to make money. He's also there's a considerable debt has come along with the sale. He raised money to buy it, largely because Tesla's share prices had collapsed to some extent in the middle of him doing it. So that's essentially the aims. How he's going to do it, we don't entirely know. He's already talked about subscription services, and we've just heard that it's likely he's going to launch a subscription service for the blue tick, which is the thing that proves it's a verified account and that you're somebody of note. Whether he'll reduce the entry requirement for that and whether there are enough users who actually make money from their Twitter account and are therefore prepared to pay for it remains to be seen. So we don't know how that will go down. And a lot of what Musk says, we know doesn't happen. So I would say everything he says, take it with a pinch of salt. He's also planning on losing a lot of staff. He denied that one report that said that it was 75% of staff, and he's denied that he wants to get rid of them before the end of the month, which would cause them to lose their bonus shares, which would be a huge amount, and I think upset all staff. But we don't actually know for sure. He's also said on the moderation front that he wants to introduce a council, and this is largely what Facebook did, now called Meta, to decide the major moderating decisions. And that would be, as he said, with widely diverse views. Now, it hasn't entirely worked for Facebook. It doesn't really face a lot less controversy than it did before in the way it moderates things. But it may be a smart move because he's going to be in trouble as an individual and for his other businesses if he does increase free speech rather and moderate less. Then there's a lot of issues. For one thing, his other businesses are global. His global satellite broadband business, satellite launch business, and Tesla electric cars. If he, for instance, doesn't do what the Chinese want him to do, then his Chinese car factories and Chinese sales are at risk. The same is true of the satellites he launched for people and whether he can operate his broadband satellite network around the world. If he doesn't give in to the people demanding that it's more right wing and allows people like Trump to tweet, then he will be hated and derided by the far right. And they're a violent and scary bunch. So it's not an easy path to walk down. I think he's bought himself a bit of a nightmare.
WION World is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news updates on the move.